That's another way of coming here. So I haven't slept last night, and believe it or not, I'm going back to London tonight by coach. So it's probably about 36 hours without sleep. Why am I doing this? Because I agree with Sir Aldo, Sir Alvin. This space must always have people here. We really can't leave this space empty. So if you have any time over the next few weeks, over the next few months, even if you just come here, visit Amsterdam, to immigration, they asked me what was the purpose of my visit. And I said, I've got a picnic at The Hague. And then she kind of smiled and saw my Filipino jacket. And that's the thing, you know, the authorities have also been really accommodating. You know, they allow us that freedom of speech. And we have this, obviously Aldo's arranged for this permit here. As I said, you know, it's, although we physically can't go in the prison, I'm sure it's a very lonely place for the former president to be there. From what I understand, he has quite a small cell, although he has his ensuite bath facilities. It's a really small area. And I believe in my heart, having met him, if there was nobody here, it wouldn't send out a good message. But by having you here, although you're not in the prison, it's a massive effort by you guys. And I know that it really makes a difference. You know, it speaks volumes to the authorities, to the prison authorities, to the police, to the government, and even to the ICC. You know, tourism must have increased to Amsterdam. There must be more Filipinos here than there have ever been. And I think that's wonderful. I think we've turned this into a picnic, almost. People say to me, like, I think Odoba Chronicles said I was the Duterte fanatics leader or worshipper or something like that. I don't see it like that. I just see myself as a British citizen married to a Filipina who loves the Philippines very much. And having met, and amazing you guys, OFWs, nurses, whatever jobs you do, you know, Filipinos make a massive contribution to the world stage. And as I said recently, I think the world will be a darker place without Filipinos. Anyway, really quickly, let me go ahead and just say what I'm going to say. It's a long time to September. And I really wish that initially when the former president was arrested, as I've said before, I really wish that he'd have been held in Davao under some kind of house arrest, because I don't understand the reason why they've flown him thousands of miles, an elderly man, 80, with multiple medical conditions. I don't know why they've thrown him thousands of miles for what was a 25-minute hearing just to confirm his name and make sure they got the right person. I understand the wheels of justice may flow, but to me that sounds really ridiculous. You know, we've got Zoom technology. I don't understand why he couldn't have stood in front of a camera in front of Zoom technology, confirmed who he was, and then come here in September instead. You know, I do worry that the longer he stays here, away from his family, away from his long loved ones, the more detrimental effect it's going to have on his mental health. And I know he gets thousands of cards and thousands of messages of support, but all I would say to everyone here is please don't give in. Please tell all your friends, please tell all your relatives, please make an effort to come here. If you need directions, please speak to Sir Alvin. I know he did a post on Facebook that I used myself. That was incredibly helpful. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you for your efforts in continuing with this. I will continue with my social media campaign, despite the bashers, despite the death threats, despite people making fun of me, because I believe it's the right thing to do. And I hope and pray that former President Duterte is one day freed and is able to go back to Davao. You know, God forbid, if he was found guilty, God forbid, any lengthy prison sentence, sad to say this, and I know it's terrible, could be a virtual death sentence. And the EU doesn't have a death penalty. So why are they subjecting an elderly man for years and years, which is how long this case may last for, in the prison? You know, why not deal with this another way? You know, of course he's got questions to answer, and I get that, but he even said he invited the ICC to come to the Philippines to investigate. I think the way it was carried out is not appropriate. It's not for me to speak about the case, but all I can say is I pray for him, and I pray for his family, and I really hope and pray that this ordeal and this captivity that the president now faces is over soon. Anyway, thank you so much for coming here. Maraming salamat. Thanks to Sir Alvin, Sir Aldo.
Thank you.
And
Thank
best
you,
wishes, and of course, mabuhay Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. My God.
All right, thank you, Sir Malcolm, for a very nice speech and for the support
Thank you for
our,
supporting po.
former President Rodrigo Duterte. And I hope to see you more, sir, coming here. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So now
Thank
we will
you.
have.
It's very
I
nice
think I've
to be
already
here.
talked so much. So ang next na to nga magstorya diri is si Alvin and Tourism because he will be talking about the senatorial slate of PDP Laban. Because if we do not vote straight for PDP Laban, what will happen? We will not have someone to support VP Sara and PRRD. So now, we have to really vote straight for PDP Laban. And now, I will give the floor to Alvin. Dili na siya sa atubangan mo storya, kadina siya mulayat Chris Kuan kay
Mga kababayan, sila po ang behind the reason bakit meron kaming very good professional na sound system. Mga kuya, can you introduce your name and also just your first name and tell us ano ba yung motivation nyo to do this voluntarily?
Ako si King and siya si Rodolph from RNK Sounds. So, itong mission namin is since nung nangandidato pa si Tatay Digong 2016, ano na kami talaga, support na talaga kami. So, yung ginagawa namin to is para lang kay Tatay Digong. So, walang bahid na pera o what else ang sa amin kasi sama-sama tayong Pilipino na dapat ipaglaban natin ang karapatan ni Tatay Digong.
Thank you po.
Full support.
Ikaw kuya.
Full support.
Full support?
Full support.
Thank you po. Thank you po. To ensure that we follow the rules, that we stay inside the fence, that we follow or not destroy the privacy of the residents living within the vicinity, that we are orderly and that we are also enjoying ourselves with our shared goals being here just to show support and love to our former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Well, talking about the senatorial slate, ano ba ang magagawa natin bilang ordinaryong Pilipino? Hindi naman tayo mga lawyers, perhaps other people ay merong lawyer, they are lawyer or whatnot, but the legal aspect of the case ng ating former president will be handled already by the legal team. According to the lead counsel, Attorney Kaufman, they already formed the core team and that they will use appropriate legal strategies with their decisions, and let's not touch that. Bilang ordinaryong Pilipino, ang magagawa po natin ay ang bumoto. Meron po tayong napaka-importanting responsibility, power even, to vote the right people in the Senate, in Congress, even in the local authorities. Bakit po ba importante na bumoto tayo? Dahil kung hindi po tayo bumoto dahil natatakot tayo sa online voting, wala po talagang botong makakount. So whether we want to vote physically on location, if the only option is to vote online, please, I appeal to you, vote online. Alam na po ba natin kung sino ang dapat nating iboto? Yes! Iboto po natin ang PDP Laban, including the guest candidate, Attorney Vic Rodriguez, especially Senator Attorney Rodante Marcoleta, yung mga party list po na sinusuportahan natin in order to make sure that we have the numbers in our Congress. The PPP party list na sinusuportahan ng ating former President, Gabay party list na sinusuportahan, or the representative will be Attorney Harry Roque. Okay. So, I don't want to go to details because we have actually a program, a person in charge para talaga magsalita kung ano ba dapat ang gawin natin when it comes to voting. But please welcome one of our guest important person na will grace us with his presence, the one and only Winky, also known as Tito Nonoy. Thank you for coming and for giving us the opportunity to invite you. Ang hiling ko lang po na hindi po tayo tumambay sa may cycle path, sa walking path. Let's clear this area to make sure po na in the future events, magkakaroon pa rin po tayo ng permit. Magkaisa po tayo. This is a very nice crowd because we're very relaxed. Kung gusto nyo mag-picture kay Tito Nonoy mamaya, let's just calm down. Relax lang po tayo. Kasi yun talagang sabi ni Tatay Digong, relax lang kayo dahil may hangganan ang lahat. At saka nandito naman tayo, i-enjoy nyo ang araw kasi 6 months natin itong inantay. Kung makantay man tayo sa araw, hantayin din natin ang araw na si Tatay Digong ay lalabas na sa detention facility. And I hope that everyone, including myself, will be there to welcome him sa outside world. Parang PBB lang. Tay, dapat i-evict ka na talaga para lumabas ka na. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the social media sensation. I'm pretty sure everybody's following him. Tito Nonoy!
Kuya Juan!
Lagi na!
Kuya Juan!
Piniriso ko. Charis. Bitaw, ay daghang kayong salamat sa inyong pag... Mr. Malcolm, how are you? He's from London.
Yeah.
And thank you so much sa inyong pag... Magtagalog ko, Magbisaya.
Tagalog din.
Tagalog. Hayaan nyo ng media mag-adjust. Charis. Bitaw, I am very happy sa iyong pinakitang support sa atong former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and for showing solidarity to come here today. I would like to also take this opportunity to thank Alvin and Aldo for organizing this event and gikulbaan ko.
No, perhaps you are emotional.
Or maybe na-emotional ako. Diyos! Bitaw, oy! Kanang, ang ako magandang plano dere, ang tumong ginakunta is to just visit the place, you know, kung asa sa Tatay Digong karon. But, Sir Alvin messaged me, but Sir Alvin messaged me nga kung pwede ba daw nga kanang mag-participate lang ko sa event, and I said wholeheartedly yes. This is for Tatay Digong, and I always supported Tatay Digong way back before pa ko nag-social media. Nano ko social media before, during his campaign katong pagka-president, o niya gimas report akong Facebook page, nawala. And I decided to say, okay, dili sa ako mag-politics kayo, but this time I'm going to show my support. Dili kay ko magbardagulan because na naman si Maharlika. Charis. But, yes, thank you kaayo sa inyong tanan. Taga-asa mo? Diyan saan ka mo, gikan naglupat? Butuan? Germany! London! The Netherlands! Lupig ta sa the Netherlands ay. Bitaw oy, we need to keep the fire burning. We need to keep giving support until the end. Walang iwanan. Okay?
Correct.
Hanggang sa dulo!
Ay, napaday taga Belgium. Belgium!
Ireland.
Ireland! Uy, kadaghan ba dahil ninyo? Dapat maningil ni. I am here just to, you know, to lighten up the situation a bit. And I know dili sayon. You know, when I traveled here from Germany for 5 hours drive, and I keep thinking, No, grabe ang naagian sa grabe ang naranasan ng ating presidenteng binyahe from Philippines to here for how many hours, and that is too much to endure. And sama ni aring king dari. Bitaw oy, and sabay. Ano human? Lagi mga taba. Anyways, taason pa na ako ni Sir Alvin.
It's up to you.
Taason pa? Kay bawal naman daw mukanta, mamunta ko.
Istorya ni mo sila, kung siya reason nag-support ko mo sa Tadigong wholehearted.
Sa daw?
Kung siya reason nag-support ko sa Tadigong, ano,
Yes. Bitaw no. Salamat sa pag-kuan sa pag-Q. Cheers. Kanang malimta na maganda, katigulang na maganda. Bitaw. You know, the reason being, I'm a diehard supporter yun of Tatay Digong. You know, way back in London, makig-away jud ko sa bar. Like, would always say, dili mo ka na kayo, kakamping jud ko and everything. But, ko nga, you don't know. You will never find out the reason why I am a diehard supporter of Rodrigo Duterte, because I am from Davao. He is like a father, you know? He has a foul mouth. Our father would always say, muna, di mo magmata rin hakay pang yaban, tabog mga tubig. Yung gani, like, it's a fatherly, yung dyan sa ba? And that's how our parents sometimes, not all parents yung but that's how we are. But the love he showed us for the country, for the people, especially in Davao, that time. And I told myself, this person is worth of my respect and my support. And pag-amen po. Tama.
Amen.
And that's the reason why until now, I am a diehard supporter of the Dutertes. Their legacy sa Davao and the legacy sa Philippines. Dili man nato ikalimot kung unsay nahimo ni Duterte sa atong country, di ba?
Correct.
A lot.
10 years passport. 10 years nga driver's license.
Correct.
10 years nga wala interest sa imong loan. Charis! Joke na ba ako? As in? Tuopod ko. Bitaw oy. And this is a very unfortunate event for the country. And for President Duterte. But we are here. This is our time to give back, to pay back for all his sacrifice sa atong country, and for doing so much, for doing his job, and money na itabo karon. Ikaw na po? Ha? Unsa daw?
Ganahan daw sila makita nila si Winky.
Si Winky kay naman sa maleta dahi. Ha? Taga-asa ka dahi? Ninyo kag-afam. Ha? Asa man? Ano wala man?
Expired na kay 10 years ago ang contract.
10 years ra? Oh, deserve. Ha? Charot na. Bitaw, oy! Bitaw kita, ako ay mga OFW. Kabaliw jud ko kung unsang nahimon ni Duterte para sa ato mga OFW, correct? We are one of the biggest factors of the economy sa atong country, correct?
Correct.
The money we sent back to the Philippines is around $34 billion a year. Tama ba ko? Billions or
Correct.
millions?
Billion.
Billions. And yet, kung magka-problema ta, dili man ta mga gobyerno kaayo.
Correct.
Kung magka-problema ta, moingor man ta, Ginoo! Diyos sige! Ano, naman ta? Diba? But we are probably the most neglected sector of our community. But Duterte, he showed love and he showed that he protected us. You know, na nahitabo sa Kuwait, you know, nahitabo sa Middle East and everything like that. And that alone, nakaingon jud ko nga, tama gid ay ang akong pagsuporta sa akong presidente. Correct, madam?
Correct.
Oh, kamo na dire. Bitaw oy. Dili na. Bawal na daw magkanta. Okay. Nagreklamo naman na si Ante din ako. Oh, lagi. Muna, daghan kay salamat, Sir Alvin.
My honor.
Sir Aldo, daghang kay salamat. O daghang kay salamat sa inyong pagtambong diri ununta kanang ipadayon pa nato ang atong pagsuporta. There are so many ways how to support a president, on how to support a former president and VP Sara. You need to vote PDP straight yun. Laban, 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 laban. Wala nang bawian, okay? We need to show that support, the solidarity, and kainit ba diri? Nag-leather-leather mo na. Bitaw, there are many ways how to support. Just use your social media. Social media, we are in a digital world now. We can change the world through digital ways of, you know, participating social issues. So, thank you very much. Use your social media. Use your platform. Kung saan man yung platform, kung saan ba na, basta laban lang. And don't forget to pray and to pray for our former President Rodrigo Duterte. And I think that would be all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Palakpakan niyo po ang iyong mga sarili for coming today.